Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, first, let's start with the introductions. My name is Yash Ganesh Swami. I am a third year MBBS student of BA VMC Pune. That stands for Bharat Ratna Atal Bihari Vajpayee Medical College Pune. Now that the introductions are out of the way, let's get towards our first topic of today. That is the brachial plexus. Now, the brachial plexus is known as the one of the most important concepts on the first year. It is a widely repeated question in both university exams and also internal exams. Now, I know for first year students it can be a bit tricky to understand and retain, but just pay attention and buckle up for the ride, and I promise by the end of this lecture you will have retained most of it at least. Okay, let's start. Now, the brachial plexus originates from five nerve roots. Those are C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. Now, these nerve roots form what we call as trunks. The C5 and C6 form the upper trunk. The C7 individually forms the middle trunk, and the C8 and T1 form the lower trunks. Now, each of these trunks is divided into two divisions, ventral and dorsal. Now, these can also be called as anterior and posterior based on what textbook you are referring to. Now, these divisions form chords. Now, I know based on the figures here, it might look a bit difficult like how you would retain it, but I'll make you understand this quickly. Okay. Now, let's start with the ventral division of upper and middle trunk. This is the ventral of upper and this is the ventral of middle. Now, these two make up a lateral cord. Okay, one down. Now, the dorsal of all three trunks, 1, 2, 3. This makes up the posterior cord. Okay, 2 done. Now, out of this which is one is left? Only the ventral of the lower trunk. So, that makes up the medial cord. Got it? This is how the three cords are formed. Now, from each of these cords, individual nerves originate that form up our nervous system. Now, these nerves are from lateral cord, the prefixes are LML. So, the mnemonic we will use will be love me lots. For the medial cord, there are 5 nerves. So, the mnemonic we will use is M4U. And for the posterior cord, the mnemonic will be lunar, since there are also 5 nerves there. Let's go from the beginning. 5 nerve roots, they make up the trunks, upper, middle, lower. Each trunk 2 divisions, ventral, dorsal. Ventral of upper and ventral of middle makes up lateral cord. Dorsal of everyone makes up posterior cord. Ventral of lower makes up the medial cord. Now, just to specify, the middle here, middle trunk and the medial cord are two different things. In anatomy in first year, you will have to learn about different types of things. Now, this is where you will need to pay attention. Now, as we have recapped everything, we will study the nerves and the muscles they supply further. Hello guys, once again. Let's start into the nerve branches. First, the lateral cord. It has 3 nerves: the lateral pectoral nerve, the musculocutaneous nerve, and lateral root of median nerve. The mnemonic will be love me lots. The medial cord. It has 5 nerves: medial pectoral nerve, medial cutaneous nerve of arm, medial cutaneous nerve of forearm, the medial root of median nerve, and the ulnar nerve. The mnemonic will be M4U. Now the posterior cord. It will have lower subscapular nerve, upper subscapular nerve, nerve to latissimus dorsi, the axillary nerve, and the radial nerve. Let's do it once again. From the lateral cord, 3 nerves: lateral pectoral, musculocutaneous, lateral root of median nerve. From the medial cord, 5 nerves: medial pectoral nerve, medial cutaneous nerve of arm, medial cutaneous nerve of forearm, medial root of median nerve, ulnar nerve. From the posterior cord, 5 nerves: lower subscapular nerve, upper subscapular nerve, nerve to latissimus dorsi, axillary nerve, and radial nerve. The mnemonics once again: for the lateral cord, love me lots. Say it with me, love me lots. For the medial cord, M4U, M4U. For the posterior cord, lunar. Guys, when you practice saying the mnemonics, you will understand them or you will retain them better. Now, the lateral root of median nerve from the lateral cord and the medial root of median nerve from the medial cord. These two make up the median nerve. The ulnar nerve comes from the medial cord and the radial nerve comes from the posterior cord. Now these three, the median nerve, the ulnar nerve and the radial nerve, these three are very important nerves of the upper arm and the final branches of the brachial plexus. Now the muscle attachments of these nerve branches we will study in a different lecture. Now guys, like, comment, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want a lecture on any part of your MBBS journey, just comment on it, and the comment with the most likes, I will personally make a lecture about it next week. Thank you.